very good morning to one and all on this Saturday, January the 22nd. Now, I would like to say you've been ever so good. You found all those videos that I've also uploaded. And again, thank you very much. You're ever so good to this channel. Now, this is part 2 of 2. One was uploaded yesterday along with the dance video. So I think it best now if I press on with this part 2 of 2, thanking one and all again for what you do for this channel. It's very appreciated. So I do hope you enjoy this one. There is an awful lot in it, I think you'll find. That's why I had to upload yesterday. A very good morning to one and all on this Monday morning, the 17th of January. We start this week's video with a visit to the build of the Holiday Inn. Now, as we approach the building itself, you will clearly be able to see that the 4th story now, the side elevation to your left, all finished in this area, and as we move closer, that will bring us directly opposite the build here of this side, and you will clearly see again that all this side is now completed. The build here of the outside panels completed for the 4th and final story in this particular area. After just moving a couple of paces to my right, I hope you can now see the work inside making good progress. Can you please notice the wall panels inside? We are now at our principal viewing area, and I'm very, very surprised. Right in front of you, that area there, the 4th floor, completely finished with the outside panels. And if I go to my left, all that's needed is another 5 panels here, and this side completely finished. As I was just leaving our principal viewing area, this huge transporter arrived, and it has made the long journey from Scarborough. And in the words of the driver, from one seaside to another, from the east to the west side of the country. I thought you might like to see all the interior panels that have just arrived on this very big transporter. As a point of interest, the driver tells me that the usual driving time from Scarborough to Blackpool is 3 hours. If everything goes well, it takes 3 hours. Just a point of interest that you might like to know. We are always welcome at Mama's Restaurant in Topping Street. Now the situation is this. There's still 3 months work inside, and 2 king's ransoms have been spent. Now they ask not to make a video at the moment, but we will be very welcomed after they open to make a video. They want to keep this to themselves, just like Sherlock's did, and I can understand that. We will see them when they've opened. We are now in Edward Street, and across the road you will see those nice 3 new shops and the apartments above. Now next door, this is a separate job here. This is a separate construction job here and refurbishment. And this was the old shop of Blacks. Now the contractors here have been very, very good. I'll try to explain. This used to be a yellow fascia. No doubt one and all will remember. And the project, which is, as said, separate to the other one here, it goes right the way around the corner
and it involves these shop fronts here. Now, they were in a terrible state. Well, they're still in a terrible state. However, as said, the contractors or whoever has been responsible have been good enough to paint the frontage here to make it a little bit more respectable. Very nice thought and consideration. Now, to close this visit here, I can tell everyone that all these shop fronts that you're looking at, they are all going to be ripped out. They're all going to be completely gutted and new shop fronts placed. I'm just going to turn you around to show you the Deansgate kitchen. Now, this was a similar job that took place. A beautiful frontage here, and this is how these shops here, turning the camcorder back, this is how these shop units here will look, including that one at the front that used to be Black's. So that's our visit today to these projects down here of Edward Street and Deansgate.
This Tuesday morning finds us on the promenade, and also we have someone with us, and that someone is a blazing winter sun looking down at not only myself but also these contractors here who are taking down those very popular walk-through attractions that were on the promenade over the illumination period and the Christmas period. Yes, they're being taken down now and stored until the next season starts. One gorgeous morning here, however, those gentlemen that you have seen working have told me very politely that 2 hours ago the temperature was exactly freezing. However, it has now reached the crazy heights of about 2 or 3. I'm just going to walk you over to the railings now, and you will see the Irish Sea, a very calm, happy and relaxed Irish Sea, and a view of the North Pier itself. Look at that for a view. Absolutely lovely. Right, now I'm going to walk you around now to the Hounds Hill area and see what's going on at that build of the cinema complex. I will see you round there. A view of the fairly newly placed posters here. I'm just going to cross the road to take us to our viewing area. Safe and sound at our viewing area outside these gates here. Now, as per usual, the security here has been ever so good to me. Oh, there's that excavator there. Now, what's happened here is that the steel erectors have arrived, and they're here to place some steel into the ground to help with and for the footings. The excavator is on its final journey around here, making the areas of the drains. So that's our visit today to this build of the cinema complex and Wilco's, etc. It is a very bright morning this Wednesday, the 19th of January, and we're on the promenade. A quick look at the very lively Irish Sea this morning. Now, this morning we're going to go to the South Shore, the South Pier area. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to wait for a tram to come along, and then we will take the journey and we will arrive at our destination, which is the South Pier. You never have to wait long for a tram to come along. and minutes after my arrival at this tram stop, one comes along. So I will see you at the South Pier stop. The tram has dropped us right outside the entrance of the South Pier. Now I'm just going to walk past these two closed kiosks and then take the first right. There we are. Now we're just going to walk up here. In between these posts here and the parked car, and we will arrive at the railings of the Karting 2000 Raceway and its circuit. I have some very, very bad news. Unfortunately, you will never ever see this Karting 2000 Raceway circuit open again. It has been closed up. I know this will be bad news for a lot of people because some of them, they just come to Blackpool to have a ride around this circuit and enjoy themselves. However, as said, in short, it has been closed up permanently. So that's why we're here today. We now go on to our next venue. And our next venue is Waterloo Road, just one stop away from the South Pier. Time for myself to show an update of our two projects down the South Shore. And this is the first one. This is the project of a company called EasyJet. Yes, that huge company called EasyJet planned and hopefully still have plans here to finish off the build of this Easy Hotel project, which is in front. Yes, nothing's been done here for ages and ages. So what we'll do now is we will just go around the corner into Waterloo Road itself for our second project. I will see you round there. We are now opposite the building of the old heart shop. Now, a couple of months ago, I was able to tell one and all that now this is in the hands of the Secretary of State. He will make a decision whether or not this building can be taken down. Now, I'm told that this could possibly take another 3 or 6 months to hear from this office, so that's all I can tell you. It's still, nothing's changed here, waiting for the result from the office of the Secretary of State. And that concludes our two updates of our two projects along the South Shore. These views are from the window of the tram that I'm on, which is taking me back to the North Pier. And from there, I will be making my way home as I have to edit all this morning's work. I'm going to let the camcorder show you a view from this window of the tram. You can see the sea, still fairly lively. So I do hope you've enjoyed or enjoying these views and also what we have covered on this Wednesday. It's always great to have a tram ride. Just passing the lifeboat station now. Yes, if you've never had a ride on a tram in Blackpool, please take one. It's marvellous. It is another winter sun-sprayed morning here in Blackpool on Thursday, the 20th of January. Now, on arrival in the town today, I was greeted by several people who told me to get down to the conference centre after they told me all that they have heard and seen what is going on in the area of this conference centre. So I checked it all out And here we are. We're going to go to the conference centre and I'm going to tell you what I found out. It does not concern the conference centre. It concerns the property and the land opposite. We are now directly opposite that piece of land there. That was where all the porter cabins stood for the build of the conference centre itself. And next door to that is this huge car park, very well known, used and liked car park. Well, this area of land and ground has been on the market for sale for £3 million for a long time. And the joy of it is that planning permission has been granted to build a 5-storey hotel with everything you would expect to be adjoining this. Car parks and bars, etc. Now this is what I can pass on to you, and it is this. There is a very interested party in purchasing this parcel, this land and this car park. I cannot tell you who that is because it isn't really my place, and in case it is wrong. However, in short, yes, as the saying goes, they think it's all over. I think it is now. I think this will be purchased in the very near future and a 5-storey hotel actually built. Here we are, just going to cross the road, and we arrive at our very safe viewing area of the build of the cinema complex, the Wilko store, etc. Now today I can show you that large amount of earth there. Now what's happening is here, in the trench that it has left, will be placed all those reinforcement bars in the shape of cages. Yes, they'll be placed in the actual trenches that excavator has made. There they are, those reinforcement bars and reinforcement meshes. So that's our visit today to this build of the cinema complex. Just to show you where we are, that's Markelly's across the road, so that must mean that we have arrived at the build of the Holiday Inn itself. And the first thing that I would like to show you on this fairly long tour of this build is the wonderful progress of all this block paving here. Quite a large area completed now. Hopefully in the background you could see that kind of triangle shaped, all finished. And just going to show you that I was perfectly safe. Here's all the barriers up. I have just turned the corner and I really must rush because we've just passed our principal viewing area. Look, we're just in time to see a lift here by that very big tower crane. Now what they're lifting here is bathroom pods. I believe there's 2 sets of bathroom pods all being lifted from that transporter onto the 4th storey. Just in time to see this. And the crane driver will swing this right around and place it nice and gently and carefully on the 4th storey of this build. So lucky to catch this. Yes, these are bathroom pods. Just arrived on the transporter that you will see in a couple of seconds. They can only carry 4 at a time, so there's going to be lots of more transporters here today and for the next couple of days, one would presume. That's the Sainsbury's store on the right hand side in the background. Now as we approach the build from this angle, I can tell you that this morning I learned all about the final finish for the facade here. Now, this hotel will be finished in tiles, and one side will be in black and ivory coloured kind, and the other one in a lighter shade of sandstone. Very interesting indeed, especially when you learn that each section of tiles weighs 25 kilograms each. Whilst you have a look at what the camcorder is recording for you, I would like to continue the story about the tiling. And just to finish it off, these outside concrete panels are specially made to hold those tiles that you've been told about. 25 kilograms in weight, each of those tiles. That is why these concrete panels have been specially made. Yes, specially made to hold those panels. I do hope that you have found this morning's visit to this build interesting. I'm going home now to edit this morning's work, and I hope to see you tomorrow. And with this view of a tram that's operating a coastal tour today on this Saturday, the 22nd of January, this is where I'd like to thank one and all for viewing this video, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.